Want another off-the-hook lick from Maceo Parker? Watch this full video to learn a great intermediate level funk saxophone lick that you could play over minor seventh chords, even over blues forms. Hi, I'm Donna from DonnaSchwartzMusic.com, and if you want more tips to bring your playing to the next level and licks to make you sound more like a pro, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell to get notified when new videos are out. In this video, you're going to get another great piece of funk saxophone vocabulary. It's actually great for any instrumentalist wanting to play funk, rock, or blues. In my previous video, I covered another lick from Maceo's tune Off the Hook. The link for that is in the description below. But let's check out the lick for this video first. All right, this tune is in E minor, concert E minor. So for alto, that's C sharp minor. For B flat instruments, that's F sharp minor. And the lick we're going to check out appears at around 22 seconds in. It's the first thing that Maceo plays. By the way, the link for that performance that Maceo does for this tune, I'm going to put that link in the description below. This is from the Roots and Grooves album with the WDR Big Band. In other recordings of this same tune, he plays something similar in the beginning, but it's not exactly the same. So I wanted to make sure you had the link for where I got this lick from. All right, here's the lick again. Now, while the bass is playing this particular line, do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do, the main chord in this recording is that concert E minor 7. Okay, so the bass is not starting on the 1, it's starting on the 7. I'm mentioning this also because not all the note choices for Maceo's lick that I'm going to show here come from the chord tones. While the bass line does, the lick doesn't. In fact, a subscriber to Donna Schwartz Music recently asked me why another lick didn't contain just the chord tones. Hey, you can create chord tone solos, that's great, but it can get predictable and boring after a while. So while most of the notes will come from the chords, they'll come from chord scales, they'll come from chromatic upper and lower neighbors. Now I cover all of this extensively in my new Improvisation Made Easy course. If you want to get in on that, the course will be open for enrollment very soon. I put the waiting list link in the description below. Okay, let's get back to this lick. Here are the chord tones for concert E minor 7. So when you listen to this lick and compare it with the chord tones, the first note is not one of them. That tends to throw people off. So let me share a pro tip with you. When figuring out licks, know the key so you can get some clues as to the chord progression and some other things you may expect. But let go of any thinking that the notes from the solo are going to exactly fit the chord tones. This is especially true when you think about bebop. Okay, there's a lot of chromaticism in there, and a lot of the chromaticism can fall on downbeats at times. Now that we know the very first note is not a chord tone, you'll want to keep listening, get the lick in your head so you can hear it better and figure out what that first note is. Let me play the concert E minor 7 chord again, and then I'll play the lick again. So to figure out that first note, you really need to hear the root note of that E minor 7 chord and see how the first note of the lick relates to it. Is it higher or lower? Is it close to it or far away? So if the root note is concert E and the first note is this, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. So that first note, okay, it's not a chord tone, it's actually F sharp on alto and B on tenor. So in other words, it's concert A. It's the 4. Oh my, that taboo 4. Well, in minor chords, in minor seventh chords, the 11th, that's the extension, or the 4, sounds good. All right, so he's starting on the 4. Were you able to get that note without me telling it to you? Let me know in the comments below. All right, let's listen to the lick again. Let's see if there's other notes that are not part of that concert E minor 7 chord. There are, all right? There's probably one more note that's outside the chord tones. Now, listen, if you've heard a lot of Maceo's playing, you're going to know that he often uses pentatonic and blues scales. So that's the next step we would go. We would look there to see if any of the notes from those scales match what we're hearing in this short lick. I'm going to play those scales. I'm going to play the concert E minor pentatonic and E minor blues scales, and then the lick again. Okay, we're getting closer, right? So play those scales a number of times, get the sounds in your ears, then listen to the lick again. Now the first part, which is most of the first measure, doesn't use any notes that sound like they come from the blues scale. So more than likely he's using the minor pentatonic, and we talked about the first note already. The second part, which is mostly the second measure, there's one spot where there's an extra note, and it's that sharp 4 or flat 5 from the blues scale. Let's listen again. Okay, did you catch it? All right, listen, there's so much more to listen to. There's, starting and ending notes, the shape of the melody, but I honestly want to get to the rhythm next. Maceo's the master of rhythm, and he can take only a few notes, even just one note, place it differently within the measure and make it really complex. Now, I've been mentioning in my previous videos, for funk music, it's so important to feel the really small beats. What I mean is always subdivide 16th notes, because you need the accuracy to be able to understand the rhythms. So as you're listening to this lick, this next time, clap those 16ths so you could feel where the lick fits in. All right, I'll play the lick 3 times. How did you do? Could you feel those 16ths? Feeling those 16ths is going to help you to figure out how that lick fits within each measure, and it's going to help you to remember it better. All right, next step, let's figure out if the lick is starting on a downbeat or an upbeat. Okay, let's listen to the lick again. Okay, starting on the downbeat, and now we want to figure out if it's a downbeat of beat 1, 2, 3, or 4. The more you try to figure out the lick by ear, you're going to retain it better. Okay, so you could play it, you could add it in your own improvisation practice, and eventually it may come out as part of your own vocabulary. Let's listen to the lick again and let's see where it falls in that measure. Now at this point, you've heard the lick many times and should be able to audiate it, which means you should be able to hear it in your head and you should be able to sing it back. So try to sing it back and see how you do. Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you're able to sing it, now figure it out on your instrument. Stop the video and start to work it out. Remember, it's in concert E minor, and here it is again. I'm going to do it 3 times in a row. How did you do? Were you able to figure it out? And if you were able to figure it out, type "figured out" in the comments below. If not, no worries. Keep listening to it and keep singing it. You could slow this video down by using the settings gear button on this video in YouTube. Here's the lick one last time. Figuring out this lick by ear in as many keys as possible will build your ears and your technique. So be sure to use the metronome all the time. Now, if you like this video, if you like this lick, give it a thumbs up, share it, and maybe you want more. Check out my Patreon site where people that support my YouTube videos get access to more licks, more lessons not seen anywhere else. They get PDFs, they get video lessons, and they will also get the backing track that I used for this video. So head on over to patreon.com/Donna Schwartz Music to get access. The link is also in the description below. While you're at it, don't forget, subscribe to my channel, tap the notification bell to know when I release the next video. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. On that note, take care. Have a great day.